Hi everyone, hello, good morning, welcome to Coffee and Card round. I keep having to check. I knew it's 30 something before 35, round 34, week 5. I knew it was week 5. 34 rounds. I remember when I started this, I don't think I'd have known that I'd still be doing this, but I will never stop doing it. This is my most popular event. And I've just made plans for round 36, but I probably will share that with you next week. Anyway, I've just started going off on one, so let's see who's on. There were 5 of you already waiting this morning, which is good. So good morning, Anne, good morning, Fiona, good morning, Sandra, and good morning, Jane. We've got 8 on so far. So it's the last week of round 34. Next week, round 35 starts, 21st of November, using the joy of Christmas. Some Christmas cards, some non-cards. Okay. You can see I've got the boxes. If I go there, it's the wrong way, like that. I've got my boxes ready there to send those out. I'll probably be posting them on Thursday. So that starts next week. So that's my job for the next 2 days, is to sort all the boxes out and the kits, because I've got 19 people, which is amazing. It's the most I've had for forever, for ages. The last time I had that amount of people was in sort of the height of lockdown, as it were. The next one that I'm going to do is really good. It's going to start in December and take us through that period, that transition period after Christmas into the new year. And it's really going to be fun. And it's a bundle with a punch. But the stamp set is going to be reduced at the end of November. So it's going to be really good value. And I'm really looking forward to using that. So I've already got it decided what I'm doing. So I will be probably sharing it next week on the Coffee and Card, but I'll probably advertise it before then. So look out for that. And that will take us through to January. And then I've now seen the mini catalogue that starts in January in the celebration. So I'm now planning the ones after that. So there's lots of lovely stuff coming. I've got 11 of you on. Please do say hi if you're watching. Have you got your cuppa? This cup looks really big. It came from Barbados, and it was from my youngest son. He seems to get me a mug now, which is good, every time he goes away. And he went cricketing in Barbados, and it was his 21st yesterday. I don't know if you saw, which was lovely and scary at the same time, that he's now 21. So we had a little tea party for him at our house last night, and my parents came, and oh, Fiona's having a cuppa in bed. I like your style, Fiona. Hey, Betty. So yeah, it was 21 yesterday. We had a little tea party. My mum and dad came, and Evan and Ross. So there were 6 of us. So it was really lovely. I baked a cake. I'll share photos on my socials. I did a chocolate cake and decorated it. If any of you, Betty and Fiona and Jane, who took part on my treat day, I made one of those rosettes with a straw with the 21 on, and actually using the papers that I'm going to use for the next Coffee and Card. And I put it in the chocolate cake, and it looked really good. Well, I think it looked really good. So yeah, we had a lovely day, and it was lovely. It was lovely to have a little party. So what have I got to tell you? What have I got to tell you? We've got the seasonal sale. So it started today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We always do something around Black Friday. And what is it? It's for items from the annual catalogue. So the main catalogue, the big book. Okay. So it's 10% off ribbon and trim. So things like ribbons, linen threads, 10% off just in the big book. 15% off inks. And when I say inks, it means things like ink pads, ink refills, marker pens, stamping blends, memento ink, Versamark ink, all those kinds of things. Not bundles, because they're already discounted. So if you've got a few ink pads missing in your collection, then now is the time to sort of stock up. While I remember people are saying festive treat day was such fun, I'm going to be doing a spring treat day probably in March, and I've already decided what I'm using, and I've already been able to order it, and it's beautiful. The paper's beautiful. So I'm going to advertise that a lot earlier. I'm going to be doing a payment plan for people, because it's a mega sweet and it's just gorgeous. And I'm going to do the same format as I did before, because it seems to work well. But this time I'm going to advertise it a lot sooner, share the project, some projects and things like that. So that's going to be Spring Treat Day, hoping to do that in March. And you'll get extra stuff because you'll get 2 celebration items included. So it's going to be fun, lots of goodies. But yeah, I'm hoping to do a payment plan for that. So yes, seasonal sale, what I was saying, is 10% off ribbon and trim, 15% off ink. So what I was saying was, if you have a few ink pads or stamping blends and you want to save, then the next 3 days is the time to do it. And then the best one for me, 20% off card, paper. But what you've got to look into the small print, and I've been back and updated my posts. It includes envelopes, it includes memories and more. This is from the annual. It includes things like packaging, it includes specialty papers, so watercolor paper, things like that, so paper bags, stuff like that. So have a look. The best thing to do is check my online store and go onto the seasonal sale tab, or there'll be a graphic. Click on that. It's 20% off cardstock, so it's a great time to stock up. Now, if you're local, then email me and I'll order for you. If you're further afield, then you can, if you want to order using my code to get a gift, then you will have to order yourself. If not, I can order it for you, but I won't be using the code, so it's up to you. So yes, seasonal sale, 3 days, finishes on Thursday the 16th. So that's all I'm going to talk about now, rather than classes and things. Although I do have some classes still with lots of spaces. So would love people to come on those. Please check those out on my events page. And right, so let's get started. Let's turn the camera around. Okay, hopefully you can hear me there. That's all right. Right, oh, I'm just looking at some things here. New layouts. I better not fiddle. I'm just looking, there seems to be a new feature and some new layouts. So I might have to have a practice with that. I might do it at the end so I don't spoil it. I think what you can do is, you can do it so you still have a picture of my face in the corner, but I don't know if I like that. Right, I've been excited to share this card with you. Thanks, Fiona. I've been excited to share this because we're going to make a card out of paper rather than card. Now, it's quite a good time to do this because you could stock up on some card and paper from the annual catalogue, and you can make these cards with any paper. Just so happens that this has a scene, but it doesn't have to have a scene. So I did show you last week, but this is what we're going to do. And this, I got this from a lovely lady called Karen Titus, Stamping on the Back Porch. I do know her personally. I love seeing her on the trips, and her husband Tim. So I got this from Karen, and there's a bit on the back to write, And even though it's made out of paper, it does feel quite substantial because we've got this bit on the back, we've got this here. So if you remember, I asked you to save the bottom part of this, yeah? I've got a brand new one, but we're going to use this. Now, where's my trimmer? Oh, I've seen it this morning. Where have I put it? Oh, it's there. Okay, so we're going to cut this bit off, and we're going to cut it at 10.5. Now just check, actually, no, don't, because you're going to cut a little bit of that that polar bear's nose off. So what we want to do is probably take off 0.5 centimetre at the bottom first, yeah, and then turn it back round so we don't cut his nose off. Still quite tight, but it should be okay. Actually, yeah, I think I'll cut a little bit more off. So strike that, cut 1 centimetre off in total. But I'm just going to cut another 0.5 off. There we go. So now we should be good to go. So we're going to cut it at 10.5. And we should be safe. Okay? And we've now got that. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is we are going to just cut 0.5 centimetre off from this side. We're going to take it down. This is a 12 by 12 inch piece, but I'm working in centimetres. I've done it metric for sort of European, because we're using A4 and things like that. But we're going to take 0.5 centimetre off, because this piece of paper is 30.5 centimetres long. So we're just taking half off, okay? So we've taken this down to 30, all right? We've taken it down to 30, okay? Hope you're with me with that. Oh, she's so lovely. They're so lovely, and Tim's hilarious. They are so good together because Karen's actually quite shy in person. She says she's an introvert, and Tim is not like that. Basically, we first met them on the 2018 trip to Alaska. That was a trip that I took Evan to. And we got sat on their table at dinner. And Evan just loved Tim. Evan was 15, and he ended up calling him Grandpa Tim. He taught him how to airdrop, did Evan. And Tim was trying to airdrop everyone photos. So, yeah. So we've now got a piece that's 30 centimetres by 10.5. And what we're going to do, move your cutter out of the way. We're going to pop this in here at 2 centimetres, and we're going to score it. And it will be very close to the little polar bear's nose, but we're going to score it at 2 centimetres, okay? And we're going to now fold that over so it looks like that, all right? But we've folded that over, okay? So I hope that, oh, bless you, Betty. No, Tim actually wrote Evan a lovely letter, and Evan wrote back to him, calls him Grandpa Tim. Okay, so we've now, that's 2 centimetres, and I've folded it over. So guess what this measurement is? This is now 28. So we can now pop this back in our trimmer with that folded over bit. Make sure it's folded over, and we can now score at 14. And this is in the middle. So Karen made this card, but it was in inches, so I've adapted it. Okay, so now we've scored that at 14, and then that should meet up. So if you want me to walk you through this again, we cut 0.5 centimetre off. Once we'd cut it down to 10.5, we cut 0.5 centimetre off from here. At this side, we scored at 2 centimetres. Then we folded it over, and then we popped it in the trimmer, and we scored at 14. And we've now got this, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're now going to glue that down. I've not got my stamping seal today because I've left it. It's downstairs in my handbag because Evan had a little party for his friends at the cricket club on Saturday. night, and I went along for a couple of hours, but in the afternoon I went and helped him and his dad and a couple of people, and Evan and a couple of friends from the cricket club set up. And I'll share on socials that I made him a big 2 and a big 1 with all photos on, and I used my stamping seal for those. So okay, so that's now stuck over, and we've now got this. Yeah. Now what you've got in your pack, you should, I didn't even go through that, did I? You should have a piece of Misty Moonlight that's not a die or anything, a larger piece, and some vanilla, and that's for the back. And then you've got one of those Radiant Stitches dies, and you've got a bit of blue Misty Moonlight to go behind that, and that's for the front. You should also have a little scrap. Mine's rather large. I hope yours is a bit better than mine. We need to trim this down. So it needs to be 10.5 centimetres in length. I can hear a machine outside, and I don't know if it's someone cutting the grass, but it seems a bit strange time to cut your grass. So we've cut it to 10.5, and I'm just going to measure. Right, basically it wants to be not quite a centimetre and a bit more than half, so I'd probably say about 0.7. I should probably use my little trimmer, but just so you've got like a little sliver like that. And then that is going to stick. It's just going to stick up to the, just going to sort of lay next to where the paper, I don't know, it's just a little fancy trim to finish it off. Like that. Okay. Okie doke. So it is quite flimsy at the moment, but what we're going to do is we can glue this together. It's actually quite a quick card, and I'm sure, please do, because it's been a bit quiet with this, please do share your photos on the VIP group, my customer VIP group, Paper Haven VIP group, because everybody loves to see your cards more than they love to see mine. I keep telling you this. Everyone's really lovely and leaves lovely comments in that group. And also, if you pop in any on Instagram, just tag me in Paper Haven. We've been a bit quiet in that group with sharing. Right. So that's now made it quite more substantial. You're concentrating. Okay. And then all we need to do now is to decorate the front. Okay. So we are going to cut a polar bear out. Yep. So what I've done is I've gone a bit different this time. Rather than doing Merry Christmas, I've done Christmas wishes to you. So what I probably want to do is stamp first and then see what I can fit in. Okay. So I'm using both colour inks again. I'm using Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight. And I'm using Christmas Wishes to You. So I'm not sure if you know what I'm going to say. I'm not sure if I cleaned my stamp. But where have I put my chamois? I don't think I've, I didn't put any water on it, so that's no good. So, listen, last month I sent this as my gift to shoppers, and I sent you a clear case. If you shopped with me in, this was if you shopped in September. I sent it in October. I'm sending October's ones out with coffee and cards if you've taken part. What you need to do is you need to do what I haven't done yet, and you need to wet this, but you also need to try and pop a little hole in it because it can get a little bit foisty. So pop a little hole if you can inside in the thing, just to let the air out, and keep it wet in there, and then you can clean your stamps using that. So I did keep one for myself, but I've not wet it. I'll be honest with you, I am one of those people who are better at looking after others and telling others what they should do than I am at looking after myself. So I'll tell you, ladies, you need to do this and you need to do that, and then I don't do it for myself. I'll make Craig a lovely pack up to take to work, and then I don't do anything for me. Don't do myself anything. So I don't know if you've seen. Oh, do you know what? Sometimes I don't know what to send, and I try and mix it up. Like, I remember the time that I sent a pair of paper snips as a present. Now, you know, and I know, you can never have enough scissors, and people were thrilled to bits with the snips. So I thought, I'm going to send a useful tool instead of sending papers all the time. I'm going to send something useful. So I'm so pleased you loved it. And I've just read Betty's comment that she's been dying to make this card, but couldn't muster the energy to convert it to centimetres. In fact, I'm going to show your comment, Betty. There you go. You're famous on there. Right, I'm going to stamp Christmas in Balmy Blue, and I'm going to stamp it up top right. Oh, that's stamped nice. Now, if you haven't got this stamp set yet, the good news is it is carrying over, so it will be available after December if you want to, you know, if you haven't had a chance to get it yet. So we've done Christmas. And then I'm going to do wishes. I'm not going to put it all on the same block. You could do. You know, I love doing my Tuesday live. I need to do more. And again, I don't mind that the H is going over. I've done that on purpose. Now, I might put the tut and the U on together. So what I do is I lay them face down on my table, on my desk. Oh, and then I'll take the block to pick them up. Now, what I will do is I'll always do a practice on my paper bag. Oh. There we go. They probably could do with being a bit closer together. There we go. Christmas wishes to you. There we go. Sandra. Oh, you'll get a little photo of your doggies. Sandra says she loves her stamping chamois. She was in dire need of one. There's only so many Tuesdays, I know. Yeah, I will. I'm going to try. Just finding the right time. Because I have got my other business that I run, my social media business, and because I need to do that to sort of pay my bills as well. Can't just rely on Stampin' Up income anymore. And now we're at this house, and so it's just balancing my time. I'd love to do more. Maybe in 2024 I set a new schedule up. Okay, so we've now got that sorted, and now I need to decide which polar bear I'm going to do. Now, I think that's a bit too big, that one with the presents. Shall I try? Shall I try him and see? If he doesn't fit, then then we can always cut another one out and I'll use him for something else. It just means I'll be on talking to you a little bit more. I'm sure you don't mind that. So I think I was saying, if you haven't seen, myself and the doggy, our doggy, in November are walking 50 miles for the Samaritans. Now, I thought, oh, let's do that challenge. And then I thought, oh, November is horrendous for weather. But of course, they're not going to do the challenge in July, are they? Because that wouldn't really be a challenge, walk 50 miles when the sun's out. And it wouldn't be safe for the doggies as well, because it's probably too warm. So we got a beanie hat with the Samaritans on, and I got a beanie hat, and Beulah got a bandana. And what we've been trying to do, which wasn't part of the thing, it's just something that I've done, is I'm trying to get someone to come and walk with us every day, because I do find it a little bit lonely just going on my own. So we've had special guests, and some days we didn't have any. So I'm using the opportunity to meet up with people and catch up and have a walk and a talk, because it's good to get out in the fresh air, and you know, it's good to talk as well. So we've been doing that. Oh, look, that's too big. Way too big. Let's try this one here, so it's a different one. So we have November to do 50 miles. It's actually 1.66 miles a day, but in 13 days we've done 27 miles. So we're just a little bit ahead of schedule. We're just doing one walk a day. She's only 8 months, and yesterday was horrendous, but we got out and did it. We just did 1.32. Because if people, you know, we're doing this for the Samaritans, and we could have stayed in yesterday, honestly. I didn't fancy going out. I know Beulah didn't fancy going out. And, but, you know, if people are struggling, and if people have poor mental health, they can't have a day off. They can't decide when the mental health's going to be okay or when it isn't. So I thought, come on, Julie, get your coat on, get your boots on, get togged up and get yourself out. So we did. Right, I'm going to have that bear on it, I think. Okay, that one with the Christmas jumper. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Fiona. So if you would like to have a look at what we're doing, I haven't updated yesterday's yet, but here is a link to our Just Giving page. And I do try, it means I have to upload twice, but it does look a bit of a funny, dodgy link. But I assure you that's the link to our Just Giving page. I've just put it in the comments for anyone who wants to donate. The target was to raise £150 and we'll get a medal. And we've actually done that now. We're on 210. But I'm not stopping. We're not stopping. We've got to do the 50 miles. We've got to keep on fundraising. So I've stuck the bear on. And then I'm going to add this on with some dimensionals, some foam pads. So the weather's looking a little bit grim today. A friend of mine was going to walk with us, but she's not feeling too well. So it's probably not a good idea. So it looks like, and our neighbour who sometimes walks with us, her dog's Beulah's older fella, Rex, the golden retriever, who's 9. Our neighbour's poorly as well. So we're on his own again. And Craig's not at home. He'd normally be at home on a Tuesday working, but he's had to go on site today. But yeah, we're going to go down and see our neighbour who's poorly, because I'm going to take her a piece of Evan's birthday cake to cheer her up, because it's a nice thing to do. Yeah, we do have if you're friends with me on Facebook, I have a fundraiser on there, but I know some people have struggled with that. So I've now set both up. It does mean I have to update too, but it's worth it, because we've already ended up with £105 on the Just Giving and 106 on the Facebook. So we've done 210, 211. That's a strange number, but yeah. So we've smashed our target. So I've just added that on. And Betty, there's no obligation. Thank you. You. I know you do lots, my love. So there is today's. I've now got 3 of these. Now, if you weren't doing a scene, you know, if you could make a little pocket here. You could, if it was just some standard paper that wasn't a particular scene, you could cut another piece of paper and just glue it down the side, down the bottom and down the side, and it could be great for a little gift voucher, you know, a gift card. That's a little idea for you. So I've got 3 different ones there, 3 different cards ready to go, and an extra polar. We'll put him there. So that's hasn't this coffee and card gone so quick that they seem to get quicker and quicker, and it's the end of another one, and it's been a great one, and I've got all my cards. I know you like to see them all, and we look, and I'll be doing a post on socials. So that was a really simple card, week 1. Put my light this way a bit. It's a bit dark. I've got my light on today because it's a little bit dark. So there we go. There are 5 weeks of cards. I hope that it's inspired you. I really hope that they've inspired you, and you carry on to make more cards with them. Now, if you do make cards, even if they're not my designs, look, I don't get offended. I just love to see that people are using the products and crafting. So please do share them in my VIP group. You know, if you're on Facebook, I love to see them, you know. And if you've not shared, take a photo of them like this, of them all together, and pop a picture on. Everybody loves to see them. As I say, people love to see customer makes more than mine. So please do share. And next week we'll be on with the joy of Christmas. That's me on with that for the rest of the day now. Oh no, it's absolutely throwing it down. Oh, thank you for always saying thumbs up. It's absolutely throwing it down. I don't know when we're going to go out today. Uh-oh. We can't, even though we're ahead, we can't really not go out. We are ahead of, if we'd missed a walk today, we'd still be on schedule, but I don't think it's good to miss a walk. So even if we'll do one, we'll just do a mile maybe. No problem, Sandra. You use what I try and adapt things for what people want to do. So yeah, I love this stamp set. I love the big bold greetings. I find it very useful. And I thought the papers were standalone on their own. You didn't need the bare stamp set. So I just want to show you that you can use different things, even though it's part of a suite. You can mix and match with the Stampin' Up products. You don't have to use, you know, what is assigned. Just showers. Betty, she has got a raincoat. In fact, it was actually just a cheap one. You know, when they have the pet weeks in Aldi, and they've got the middle aisle, and it's reversible. So it's red on one side and navy on another, but it's like a puffer jacket. It's a little bit big for her, but it's like a puffer jacket. It's waterproof, but when it's on the red way, in fact, we always wear it the red way. Apart from yesterday, I did it the other way. Evan thinks that she looks like Marty McFly from Back to the Future, with his red gilet. So he calls her Marty, which is mine and Evan's favourite film. So yeah, she's got a little raincoat. It's just a little head gets wet and her paws get wet, but she still gets excited to go out. In fact, I've popped the heating on today upstairs. Where, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on, but in our house we've got two separate sort of, it's the same system, but we've got a thermostat that controls the ground floor and the lower ground floor, because our lounge is in the lower ground floor. So that controls those two. And then we've got a thermostat in our bedroom which controls the upstairs. So it's separate. So we have it set for downstairs to come on in the morning a little bit just to warm up and then go off. We don't have anything set for upstairs, which is where I am now. So I've just overridden it to put it to come on, and she's curled up by the radiator under my craft desk. So she's snoozing away. And my legs are really warm. So yes, I need to crack on because I have loads of products. Would you like to see what I'm thinking of? Well, no, what I'm not thinking, I am doing. So I'll show you what bundle I'm going to use for the next one, because it's really good and it's a bit funky and it's going to be a bit retro. Hang on. So I'm going to be using the Curved Occasions stamp set and punch. You can't maybe see that. And then I'm going to team it with these papers from the annual, which have got stars on and spots and things like that. And this stamp set, we're going to do some paper piecing. We've got this funky little car, roller boot, cake, flowers, and it's going to be really good value. I'm not doing a full pack. I want to do it really good value. But you've got loads of greetings that fit in here. And we're going to do a card where we're going to make a road with this. And then the little car can go around it. So, yes, this is what we're going to be using. Let me see if I've got the papers open. Hello, you. But yeah, that's what we're going to be using. The papers are fabulous. So they've got these colours. Hang on, they're not from those. Let me find. So there's stars, the stripes, more stars, scallops. They're really good papers. They've got a lot of spots. So it's going to be really funky. Stripes, 6x6. So yes, but I've taken photos and I need to get cracking making. But yeah, they are, and we're going to do, it's going to be quite a retro one. It's going to be retro cards and all occasion, and that will, this congratulations, miss you, thanks a million, happy birthday from all of us, oh what happy news. So there's some really good sentiments. So I thought it's a bit different. It's a little bit different. And it's a change from doing Christmas as well. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Do you want to come and say hello, Eula? You want to come and say hello? Oh, she stood up when I said that. Let me just get her. Do you want to say hello? Are you there waiting? Come on then. Come on then. Oh, there we go. Oh, she does want to say hello. There we go. Oh, centre stage. There we are. Should we move you back a bit? Are you saying hello? Hello, fans. She knows the routine, Fiona. What are you doing that with your leg for? There we go. There we go. Ah, oh, there we are. Hello, everyone. Oh, look at you. You superstar. You've been really well behaved today. Really, really good girl. Really good girl. Right. And we had a fur cut 3 weeks ago. I can't believe how quick it grows. But there she is. Oh, you want to get down now? Want to get down, or are you going to sit with me? I'm going to sit on my knee. No, she said, honestly, she loves pinching the Tombow. If I don't tuck my chair in, she grabs the Tombow glue. I've found her with the Tombow so many times. So I have to tuck my chair in all the time. So yeah, she knows if I've left my craft room door open, we can't leave anything open. Should have called her Fagin, shouldn't I? Should have called you Fagin. Right, ladies, it's been a bit longer this morning. It's 11:10. I can't wait to see what you make this week. And can't wait to start on next week's. And I'll be working hard now to get those all out to you. So look out for a parcel, probably with you Saturday. So look out for that at the weekend, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday as normal. We'll see you, won't we? We'll see you. Yeah. Right. See you then, girls. Bye. What are you doing?